autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Carried by the third-year man. This is Austin Ekeler. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
36. Go. 5 wide. Switch.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Allen. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Jones last year led the Bills, 652 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, more than double his production from 2017. Now they're hoping for an even bigger bump this year.
Under 52. Under 56. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, tight.
Running on first down, Ekeler. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Middle. Alert!
This is the 3rd-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Check hot route. Hot. Shit. Watch the shit.
To throw, it's Allen. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check. Check 52's the mic. Don't get nervous.
Allen going to throw. And able to find John Brown. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check three. Kill. Jack.
Here is Eckler. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On second down, Eckler. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Hey, hold on. Hey, alert 3. Sponge. No. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. His throw incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now it's Rosen looking. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. From the gun, it's Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Allen now looks to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
That's what I'm talking about.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Mike 52. Round 80.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Slam. Wide. Get wide. Check. Crunch.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention for this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
From just shy of midfield, Rosen. They'll set up the screen to Balazs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Rosen will throw, and that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Watch the twist.
Allen now on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run here with Eckler. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
319.
Throwing is Allen on third. That one complete to Yeldon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
2nd and 11 at the 38-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Rosen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills. But now it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Going on the ground with Eckler, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now they'll throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
6 guys, check 6 guys. Protein spill.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw is Rosen. Going deep here for Parker. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run it with Balazs. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On second down now. It's Drake, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, Kenyon Drake, he was kind of underutilized last year when Adam Gase was head coach, only 7 starts, but now he's going to get a chance under new head coach Brian Flores to really showcase his talent. He certainly flashed his diverse playmaking abilities a season ago. 9 touchdowns, 5 through the air, and 4 on the ground. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Rosen on first down. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Trying to get it that time to Stills, but it'll be 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Rosen. Escaping, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jerry Hughes able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is it something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Allen. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Now the line. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Mason Foster.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And running the jet sweep here to Parker. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Side open is Gesicki. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Allen now from the gun. He'll throw over the middle here to Brown. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
319. I'm going from back to you. I'm going from back to you.
On 2nd down, Foreman, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety. Middle.
Now Eckler. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
43. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Once more, here's Eckler. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Allen now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. They will run with Singletary. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check the middle. Check 13.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Here we go.
Here's Allen to throw it. It's caught. Jones. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at it and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Crash.
A handoff. It's Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, switch gears. Hatch it.
On 2nd down now, Foreman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Hey, 52. Ricky. You go tight.
They'll try to run for this with Singletary. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Let's go.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
52. You must be dreaming.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
On 2nd down and 4, Allen. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Keep playing the hard.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Let's get it.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw, it's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Patrick DeMarco, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Here's Rosen to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. With Devontae Parker, there was quite a bit of chatter in the offseason that the Dolphins might not pick up his fifth-year option, but they did. And one man who's certainly happy with that, quarterback Josh Rosen. It's a guy that Brian Flores, head coach in Miami, wants around and in that locker room. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Mason Foster just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again. Jerry Hughes in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Third and long here for Rosen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Ed Oliver in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. With it is Brown. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 35. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get 3 up to midfield. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's Eckler again, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Switch.
From the gun, it's Allen. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 36.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Watch 42, check 42.
Now a run with Singletary. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check alert! He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
They go right back to Singletary. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Come on now, let's go.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Singletary. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball. And that way, you often control the game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Watch the slip. 5 wide, 5 wide, 5 wide. Slip. Check 4, check 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
2 yards. It's 4th down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Hauschka's kick is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This one taken from the 7. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
at their own 37-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Another try after the first down sack. Rosen. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. And Oliver in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
On the ready. Watch Mike, watch Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Bills, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I ain't getting paid with you. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I got it come.